What's up, my Shuggies? Ashley here, and in today's video, we are talking all about the 2023 design trends. I am so excited to share this video with you guys. I have been doing so much research and finding some great examples and inspiration for you guys for the 2023 interior design trends. If you've followed me for a while, I did this video last year and loved the way that it turned out, and I'm so excited to do it again for this year. There are some similarities to some things last year and a ton of new, really beautiful and inspiring trends for this year. So if you're interested in seeing this video, then just keep watching. Before we get into the video, I want to talk about this amazing Teddy Blake bag. You guys, look at how gorgeous she is. Teddy Blake is a beautiful luxury handbag designer that makes bags with premium Italian leather. They are dyed and treated to withstand the test of time and maintain a luxurious look. With a team of Italian designers pitched from well-known luxury brands, Teddy Blake creates handbag designs for every style choice, and they release new collections every month. These are luxury handbags at a fair price. I love this bag specifically because it is beautiful with this gray croc print and the gold accents. It also comes with that beautiful strap that you can add so you can either carry it as a top handle bag or a shoulder bag. I also love this interior with the matching gray color and that beautiful zipper. It's really streamlined, classic, simple, and really universal as far as how you can use it and carry it. I also love these straps on the side. They can either be pushed into that gold piece on the front, or you can unclip them and have a more open drop style. Here's how you attach the strap, and it is also adjustable. This bag is gorgeous. Don't forget to check out the Teddy Blake website, which I will leave linked in the description box so you can see all of the beautiful designs, sizes, and colors of these handbags. The website and information will be listed in the description box down below. All right, guys, the first trend we are going to talk about is bold and moody. There are so many different examples of this that I am loving, from the classic black bold and moody to incorporating bold and moody darker, warmer colors in your kitchens and even in your offices. Whether that's on a plain wall or adding some wood accents for texture, bold and moody is a consistent theme for 2023. I, of course, will give examples and either put them throughout the video for you guys to see and be inspired by, and feel free to leave in the comments which is your favorite. I think this is also a great trend because it's mostly incorporated with paint and maybe some accent furniture. If you wanted to do something that was more cost effective and a little less permanent, then you could do something like simply painting the walls. This is going to be really, really affordable and something that you can change over time if you get tired of it. I also think a great way to enhance the bold and moody look to a room is with lighting. And if you don't have the correct lighting that you want or need, then a great way to do that is through places like Amazon that sell battery operated lights. You can throw a puck light into a pre-existing lamp and give that nice, warm, moody look and feel to a room or space. Next up is white walls, and I am loving this trend. I am loving and really gravitating towards the minimalist, simplistic, organic, modern look, which really incorporates a lot of white, especially white walls. Now, one thing I think to note with this trend is to make sure that you are not using the stock white walls that come with a brand new build, that sort of shade that's just a primer type shade, a simplistic cold shade. I think that's really going to be a little bit too harsh and more of the hospital vibe, which we don't want. We want warm and inviting. And you would be surprised when adding in a little bit of warmth to paint, how much it can really, especially white, bring it to life. I will incorporate a few examples and swatches as well as names for you that if you are building a home, renovating a home, or DIYing a home yourself, that you have some to reference. I think finding the right shade is really important, and that's why it's good to get swatches and samples, because everyone's lighting, the natural lighting in everyone's home is different. So if you're going to paint a white wall, then you want to try a couple of different whites with the natural lighting that comes in, either in the morning or in the evening, so you have that honest feel of what it's going to look like. I also love incorporating for texture some molding, whether it's quarter round molding, DIY DIY molding or stick-on molding, because I think this is such a beautiful accent to a wall, especially if you're doing a clean monochromatic look with a white wall. This would be something that would be affordable if you DIYed it yourself, that would bring a high-end luxe feel to the room. Next up is gold tone metals. And again, this is something that I love. I think this is really great as well because this is something you can incorporate so many different ways in your home. If you don't have the budget or you just simply don't want to spend the funds to incorporate gold in an expensive way, you can do it through an accent chair. You can DIY and rehab something you already have, like a pre-existing light. You can use rub and buff or even spray paint to make it gold and make it feel new and exciting in your space. I also think a really affordable way to do this would be to change the hardware either on your doors or on your kitchen doors and drawer fronts. There's also so many different options to choose from, whether you get them at the classic Home Depot and Lowe's, or you go on Etsy and get something a little bit more art deco, artistic, and original. And if you're not into changing and DIYing your home, you can also go to places like Target and Home Goods that have so many different gold accents that you can incorporate them in your home, and then when you get tired of them, you can donate them or sell them. Another great way that gold is being incorporated into homes for 2023 is through the bathroom faucets, kitchen faucets, and shower heads. This is something that of course won't be for everyone, but if you're building a home and really want something luxurious and bold, this may be a really great option for you. Next up is light colored floors, and this is one of my favorites. Within the past year or so, we have redone our downstairs floors to a beautiful, really light white oak floor, and I am loving the way that it turned out. There are so many different variations of light wood floors and even different types, from wood tile wood floors to vinyl to laminate and even real nail down wood floors that can be refinished with time. There are so many different options to choose from. Again, if you're building or redoing a home, I would definitely suggest going to a place like Floor & Decor. They have so many different options for you to choose from that you can also learn about the different types of wood floors that there are today. If light wood floors is not your thing and you still have dark wood floors, I think those are equally classic and beautiful, and a great way to spruce them up would be to simply lighten up everything else around them. You can put a really oversized lighter carpet down, you can lighten up the walls with a warm white color, and you can also incorporate maybe some Sherpa or linen textured white or light furniture to really balance out the dark floors and the space. Next up is Luxe Materials like velvet and corduroy. I am seeing these all over the place and incorporated in so many different ways, specifically with window treatments and accented pillows and even chairs and furniture. So this is something that reminds me of an old nostalgia, which we'll talk about later, that's kind of circling back and coming full circle into the modern swing of things in 2023. This, again, isn't going to be something that's for everyone. I personally enjoy it, but it isn't something that is in my personal taste and style for my home. But I think it's a great way to incorporate different textures. If you're someone that's more simplistic and you want a monochromatic look, I think this can be done very easily with pillows or window treatments like we talked about earlier. This is something that isn't going to be too expensive, that can be easily interchanged and comes in a ton of different colors to match your style. This could be done super simply by adding a little pop of color or texture to give a nice luxe feel to a smaller space. Next up is a piggyback off of the light wood floors, and that is going to be natural accents. I am seeing so much of this, especially in the kitchen and chair area. So many people are incorporating different textures, but specifically the light natural wood color to bar stool chairs, dining room chairs, kitchen chairs, and even accent chairs in the living room to offset the simplistic white sofas, bringing in that light, warm feel to an area. And if this isn't your thing or not within your budget, but still something you love, I think a really great way to still incorporate this would be to go somewhere like Home Goods or Marshalls or even Target that has little accents for the home that are maybe in a natural wood feel, which they always have at Home Goods. That way you can incorporate that warm feel without breaking the bank. Next up is wallpaper and stripes. Wallpaper is definitely making a huge comeback and in a really bold way. There are so many different bold colors and patterns that are really nice options because a lot of them are removable and reusable. Back in the day, this wasn't an option. They were glued down sometimes for life, and this is a really good way to incorporate it on an accent wall or in a smaller room without having it be permanent. I'm also loving the stripes, specifically the black and white trend. If you've been following me for a while, you will know that is my jam, and I have tried in so many subtle ways to incorporate that throughout my home. I think it brings a really nice neutral yet simplistic modern feel to the space, and one of my favorites is my accent rug from Amazon. This is super affordable, a really great size as well as texture, and something that's super easy to spot treat. I absolutely love it and have been using it for the past several months, and I'm happy to link it in the description box down below. Also, one of my current favorites is the black and white checkered floor. I love this so much, and I think that this is a classic that will literally be in style for years to come. I have seen this done in laundry rooms, especially entryways and even mudrooms. The beautiful part about this trend is it can be paired with almost any cabinet color. So if you want to go bold with black or neutral with gray or classic with white, these floors will match all of the cabinets. I also love that they come in different textures, whether that's marble or stick down laminate for a little bit more of an affordable version. And I've even seen people get the rectangular version and then cut them down so that they have the perfect square. You can do them regular checkered style or on a diagonal. I think this is a beautiful classic way to make your home look high-end and timeless for years to come. The next trend for 2023 is vintage furniture. Old is new again. Nostalgia is back and better than ever, and I am seeing so many nostalgic pieces, whether it's rehabbing a vintage piece from the 70s or just bringing in a new modern twist on an old favorite. They are having so many different vintage and classic trends coming back. This trend specifically would be amazing for those that want to DIY and perhaps have access to an older antique, nice piece of furniture that they could spend the time redoing and bringing that classic nostalgic feel back, but in a new modern way. I'm also seeing some really creative ways of doing this, like using a room divider as a makeshift headboard. So lots of unique ways and creative ways to incorporate this into your home. Next up is wood accented walls, and this is another one of my favorites. I am loving, and I'm like literally chomping at the bit to do. I think this is a super classic and traditional yet luxurious feel to either do in a small room or even just one wall. I also love this because it is super broad in the way that you can do it, whether you're really into classic modern or super traditional. There are so many variations and ways to do this, whether it's the design, the wood type and layout that you use, as well as the color of the wall, that can really bring any of these styles to life. I am also seeing this a lot when it comes to entryways and stairs to really give that nice classic bold statement. This is also something that can be done as a DIY. So if you are into building a home or rehabbing a home, this will be a really great simple project for you to start on that isn't going to be too expensive and can be done with a handheld miter saw. Next up is another bold trend for 2023, and that is none other than marble. There are so many bold marbles coming out, from vanities and powder and bathrooms to kitchen backsplashes and countertops. I am seeing bold marble everywhere. I'm also seeing some seriously bold marble in different colors, even in the bathroom. So if this is something that you like or enjoy, you may want to jump on this trend for 2023. A great point to this trend is this is something that can be completely customizable to your liking. I know that there are so many different places you can go to and physically walk through and pick your actual slab yourself. This is something that can be unique to you and finding that exact piece of marble or granite that speaks to you. Next up is a trend that is on my future dream list, and that is a double island. At first, the verdict was out for me on this, but now I am absolutely in love with it. And I think that if you have the space which is a really big key component here, that this is something that could be so useful for so many different reasons. Of course, one, for the fact that you can cook and clean on one side and still have everyone being entertained on the other. If you do a lot of food and get-togethers in your home, then again, you can food prep on one side and serve on the other. If you have children, again, you can cook on one side and have them be close to and serve on the other. And of course, the most important part is storage. You are adding so much more storage to your kitchen and space. I don't think there could ever be enough storage when it comes to the kitchen area, but I think this is a beautiful trend that is done classic and timeless in so many different ways that I will show you examples of. Next up, we are talking all about scallops and curves, and I am seeing this throughout so many different ways, like staircases and even accent furniture. I personally would love to have the curves over the scallops, but if that's something you like that is really beautiful and dainty, then I think this would be a perfect trend for you. This is also something I feel like you could easily DIY and incorporate with accent furniture in your home. Now, as far as the curves, whether it's a mirror or a staircase, I think this is a really beautiful, timeless way to incorporate some soft, modern touches into your home. All right, you guys, that is going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. And I will, of course, leave any links to items in the description box down below. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that post notification bell so you guys can be notified every time I upload new videos. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.